So the modalities that I'm super into right now are pleasure, medicine, and meditation. And why would we do those things? Like, why would we take drugs? Why would we do sex practices? Why do we meditate? I would argue that we do those things to get better at life. Okay, now you're better at life. Now what? Well, now we want to make it better for life. Capital L, life. Like, we want to have as much fun as possible on the planet. And it's hard to have fun if the species is sick. It's hard to have fun if we're not living in accordance or in symbiosis with the planet. It's hard to have fun when you're like staring. I mean, this depends on the person, I guess. When you're like staring a death prognosis in the face. And right now, humanity is doing that. Like, we have somewhere between 60 and 80 years left of arable soil left. Like 60 to 80 years left of making crops with the soil at its current state. I don't think people are understanding that. I mean, my son is 5. That means he's 65. And like, we have to either invent a new way to eat or like humans are donezo. And yet I'm having a great time, even though like we're all going to die, because we're all going to die anyway. And, you know, I mean, planet's going to be fine. We have to stop saying save the planet. Planet will be fine. You know this better than anyone.
Mushrooms
I learned today,
will just decompose, return everything.
I learned from a very smart lady that the mushrooms will eat the death and the planet will be fine. But humans right now are going to be extinct quickly, like in the next generation or two. If things don't change, if we don't start to up-level our state of consciousness very quickly, if we don't start to incorporate magic. But if we just follow the linear timeline of predictive analytics and statistics, it does not look good. And I think that's why we as a species are opening up to more potent modalities like psychedelics, like sex practices, like meditation, like breathwork, because we know that we have to call on resources that we don't yet have the capacity to see if we are going to change the trajectory of the species. What I'm doing is the thing that I know how to do is up-level, give people the tools to help them up-level their own state of consciousness as quickly as possible. Because I think from that, having access to more solutions, maybe potentially other species or other intelligence in the earth, that we will find the answers out of that. But here are the steps I think we can take to move us in the direction of that magic. One, getting more in touch with nature, like getting back in alignment with nature. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why Andrew Huberman is so popular right now. He's basically saying like, get up and get sun in your eyes. It's like, oh, the Egyptians were praying to Ra, the sun god. Oh, Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. Right, been doing that for 6,000 years. But he's like reminding us, like live in accordance with the sun, like go back to the rhythms of nature. And, you know, your work, like getting people to start to dance with mushrooms and psychedelics, it changes the way that you remember yourself to be part of the whole. Meditation, right? The foundational concept from the Vedas, which is the style of meditation that I teach, is that there's only one thing and we're all it. And that one thing is consciousness. So anything that allows us to have a visceral experience of that unity, I think is a step in the right direction and will be the thing that reveals to us what we need to do.